Hello and welcome to Chapter 317 of DC Alliance Podcast. With me, as always, is Joe. Joe, how you doing today?
I'm doing. I'm doing. It's been one of those weeks where we've had a ton of rain, so I haven't been able to mow.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, that's just adulting and owning a house. Also, kind of sucked because because it's been raining. There was just like one day, one night where it had stopped raining, and so I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna work on some podcast stuff, and I was prepping everything, getting ready, and then the power just went out,
Oh,
and
tough.
we had no power for like 3 hours, which sucked. No idea what happened. Still have no idea. The electric company had come out and they were working on the power lines literally right by the house. So myself and my neighbor, we were just standing out there watching, and we were talking, but we were just standing out there watching him work on it. It was
Like,
kind of fun.
when's our power gonna come back,
Yeah, we
please?
were kind of like, you okay there? But the sucky thing was where we're at. Like my house is right on the edge of the neighborhood, and he lives in the other neighborhood. My power came back on at like 9 p.m. Theirs didn't come on till like 1 p.m. or 1 a.m.
Ooh.
So they had
Okay.
like another 4 hours of, or 3 hours of, no, actually, it would be like 4 hours of no power. So I was like, ugh,
Well,
that kind of
they
sucks.
were connected to a different line. That's pretty brutal for
Basically,
them.
yeah.
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 Uh, I have a question for you about lawn mowing because I'm just wondering if it's different here. Do you bag up? Do you rake up your grass and bag it up, or
Used
if
to.
you?
I used
Okay.
to. I try to get to it where I don't have to. I try to mow it where I don't have to. But I'm also now at the point where it doesn't matter. I've got a yard right next to me that doesn't mow it ever because it's
Oh, okay.
literally
Yeah.
just a lot. It was the house the druggy house that burnt down, and now it's
Yeah.
just a lot that they mow once every, I don't know,
Okay.
month and a half. So it goes really tall. So I don't. You know what? If they want to bitch at me for having lawn clippings everywhere, okay, fine,
That's
whatever.
a common practice here. That's why I wanted to ask. Like, we don't rake up like I just mow the lawn and then just let the grass blow where it blows.
I also grew up out in the country where I
Yeah,
just
that's where I
mowed.
grew up too, and that's kind of where what it's like because it's kind of what it is here. But even
Yeah.
in the heart of the city, I've never bagged up or raked up my grass. I just let it blow, and I've never gotten to complain about it. Maybe I'm just luck of the draw or something. But
No,
yeah, I was
yeah,
curious to ask you about that.
I used to, like when I first moved in here. I used to because my girlfriend's mom was very adamant about making sure that there was nothing in there to make it look bad. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, fine, I'll do that. And then I'm like, you know what? I'll just make sure I get to it where I don't have to bag, because bagging, like, it adds a whole nother hour to an already 2 hour mow. So I'm like, I
yeah,
can't.
I can't
I
do it
I
myself.
I've got 4 podcasts that I do on a daily. Like I can't.
Uh, yeah, it's just not possible. We got some fun stuff to talk about though this week, Joe. And it seems like DC's kind of on a bit of a high with the Lanterns critic release anyway,
Yay!
and we'll get into that. And although I question putting out a 5 minute preview of the first episode,
Right?
if you weren't
The first
worried,
5 minutes of the episode. You mean?
that makes me think that you're worried that not a lot of
That's
people are
what I was
gonna
thinking.
watch. That's usually what it happens in like with movies sometimes. Movies that they're not sure if people are going to watch or they're scared of the box office number. They release like 5 minutes or sneak peek, like first 10 minutes of the movie. You're like, well, I don't know if that's a smart decision. I
Yeah.
enjoyed what I watched, not complaining about that. Just the decision kind of made me perk up a little bit. But before we do all that, let me get the network plug that away super quick. So we are part of the Geek Ultimate Alliance with 6 shows in total. On Mondays is Ranger Alliance. On Tuesdays is Watch Through the Multiverse. On Wednesdays is the Animation Nation. On Thursdays is Star Wars Alliance. On Fridays is Marvel Alliance. And on Saturdays is DC Alliance. Star Wars Alliance goes live in the Geekverse YouTube channel Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Marvel Alliance goes live Thursdays at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Time. And DC Alliance goes live Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All three of those shows also general podcast feeds. Search DC Alliance, Marvel Alliance, and Star Wars Alliance if you just want DC content, Marvel content, or Star Wars content only. But if you want all 6 shows on the GWA Podcast Network, stay subscribed to the GWA on your podcast app of choice. We also have a Patreon, 2 tiers, a $1 tier and a $5 tier. The $1 tier is basically tip jar, like we're doing. You want to help us out any way you can. And the $5 tier is where you get your extras. You get your ad-free episodes, early access episodes, and Patreon exclusive episodes. Myself and Joe are going through all the DC films through the years. over 30 pieces of content there for the patrons now. We also had the Marvel Alliance guys going with their Kate expectations, going through Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, 5 episodes at a time. We have Joe's Multiverse Minutes. We're on the 1st and the 15th of every month. Joe reviews a Disney film, not just reviews it, but gives you fun behind the scenes facts, tidbits, all that sort of thing. We thank everyone that's a patron. If you're not a patron, you take a quick 30, 60 seconds, rate and review the podcast on your podcast app of choice. Is always greatly appreciate it. Helps other people find the shows, and that's always a good thing. Also, a little programming note. The Geekverse guys are going live with Chris from Marvel Alliance tonight, I think, for the D23 live reaction and breakdown. So
Yeah,
be on
about
the
nine
lookout for
forty-five,
that.
10 o'clock, something like that. Yeah.
6:45 Pacific Standard Time. So I think that's 4.5 hours my difference. So 11:15 my time. Uh, yeah,
Yeah. Something
my
like that.
country's crazy with time zones. It could be 4 hours, but I think it's 4.5. Anyway, yeah, so check out that. I'm sure it's going to be fun. Their last stream was enjoy to watch as well. I got in and watched a little bit of that. So yeah, um, be on the lookout for that after us. We're early lead in for them.
Sure.
Oh, but Joe, we got like we mentioned a Lantern 5 minute preview uh, that dropped yesterday. I think that dropped.
I believe so. Yesterday or
So
late Wednesday
I'm
night.
gonna share my screen once I get this up. Oh, jeez. Okay.
It's the click and the click and the clack.
It,
No, you gotta go up though. Yeah.
no, yeah, one. It just won't. There we go. It wouldn't come up. It would only the small preview showed up in the small box. I was like, that's not gonna be good enough for that. Okay, there we go. So let's share my screen for lanterns and let's check this out. Okay. Get the closed caption on and turn off the, and we'll talk about some of the things after. So 1996, 60 Minutes, which I thought was pretty funny. And they're interviewing Hal. And he said, so he's been a Green Lantern. I want to pause it for a second to chat with you for a second. He's been a Green Lantern since 1986.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, because 10 years ago from 1996 is when they were like getting protected, and they
Well,
had no
so
idea.
did they paint it like he was
Well, that's what
the
the interviewer says here, that he was for
well
10
that
years.
a Green Lantern was? Did I mean probably was him, but like
Yeah,
could it have been
it could have
maybe?
been Abin Sur too. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. That is a good point that we don't know for sure. So yeah,
Anyway,
uh,
sorry.
yep, you're right. That's true. So he might not have been on the beat the entire time, but he made himself known when he saved people. And I do love how John is watching this on TV as well, which is an extra nice little touch to this. I love how they're going to. Really looking forward to the back and forth timelines here. So yeah, we get the interview and he's loving it, and I do like the Green Lantern costume there. Uh, Joe, and people complain, why didn't he have his mask on? If he's telling his identity, he wouldn't have that mask on. So they're scared that the dad's going to come too. That's the other part of
Yeah,
this.
I was very curious about that.
Yeah,
The
when we got the end of it, I wasn't curious anymore.
same. Um and I'm wondering why.
So yeah, Hal basically says his back. He's an Air Force and former test pilot, and basically just wants to say that he's a regular guy, just like anyone else, regular person, just like anybody. So, yeah, and the host like you're the Green Lantern as well. Um, so yeah, John is really loving this, which I did appreciate. Uh, and we can see here that Hal, I guess, works with the government as well if he's there uh, on site for the Navy and stuff.
Or Air Force.
Or Air Force, right? Navy. I'm
Yeah.
Navy stuck in the head because of all the news.
Mm.
And now they're panicking because their dad's getting home. So this is just threw me off completely. And he wouldn't turn this
Right.
on. So he wants to watch this to the end. And they asked if there's a test, and he's like, "There's only one question." And the other kids are shouting in the background, like, "Come on, turn this off!" And he's like, "Are you afraid?" And he said no.
Yeah, I said no. I did.
And it's every kid's worst fear is losing a parent. once that happens, nothing to fear anymore. And yeah, I'm very interested to see. I don't know if he's going to die or not. I'm really curious. I think he might come back around towards the end, maybe.
Well, I'm curious if he dies, but because of the multiple timelines, he'll be in the show the entire time.
That would be, I guess, what I hope too, Joe, is that at least his part will come back at least once an episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, today I was asking him about the interview, and
So, yeah.
just threw me off a little bit too. I had no idea what was going on here, like no idea. And admittedly, I don't know much about John Stewart's backstory other than he was an architect. I don't know any of his young backstory. I haven't read any
I knew
comics.
he was in the army
Yeah, I
because
knew
the
that as well.
whole, like, obviously,
I think there's different versions,
uh,
and this is just messed up.
this,
Like,
I mean, and you saw the shots on the wall, on the
yeah,
garage there. Not the first time.
no, and yeah, this is crazy. All right, and I don't know if the dad is grooming him to be a Green
Oh,
Lantern.
yeah. It definitely
Yeah,
feels like it.
and yeah, he
You don't,
just takes the shot.
you don't William tell your son. I'm sorry.
No, and again, who are you to be shooting this? Like, how good of a shot are you? To, like,
I mean,
yeah,
obviously he's a good shot. Like, otherwise,
he shoots.
where's the bomb? I mean,
Yeah,
just
that's
saying.
the other question I had. Or the neighbors, like, where is this to? Like, is that like I'd be like,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
look,
maybe we should call CBS. Maybe like
you
this is
you
happening. Look
you
how many times
became
it's happened.
you became a good shot because the mom's gone, neighbors are gone. Like, you had your practice shots, right? Anyway,
And then we,
sorry, that's mean.
and then we flashed to John.
It's
Also,
2016 now,
yeah, and
so
he's
20 years later.
going to work on a punching bag here. Um, and at this point, he does he have the ring? Like, I don't see it on his finger. No, he doesn't at this
No, he
point.
does have the ring. I think Hal
20,
still has the ring.
yeah, you're right. My bad.
But like, what's interesting is Hal comes and picks him up.
Yeah, so they're in training now, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
And then eventually they get called to that town, is my assumption. Like
I
in
mean, it
this
has to.
episode. Like this isn't in that town. I don't think they start off there, so
No,
and yeah, Hal pulls up and lets them in. And I just enjoyed it. I just feel like I enjoy but from the trailers too, the banter between them. So I'm really looking forward to getting this.
I'm late.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
duh.
but they didn't show any action. That's the other thing. So they left the action off the table on this show.
Well, it's also first 5 minutes of the episode,
Yeah,
so I mean, I'm not saying there needs to be action in the beginning to draw
no,
you in, but at the same time, like you're showing the first, I agree with you. They're showing the first 5 minutes of the episode. That usually means either they don't have confidence in it and they want to try and get your attention. And there was definitely some attention grabbing in that first 5 minutes.
yeah.
But like, why? Why are you giving me the first 5 minutes? That's not a
Nothing
good
Green
sign.
Lantern grabbing other than the 86, the 1996, 86, trying to see is it
Yeah,
all him? That's a really good point I didn't even think about before you mentioned that it
and
could be Ab and Sur.
that's just something that popped in my head. I'm not saying that it couldn't have been Hal. It
No,
definitely
it
could
could
have
be,
been.
but I never thought that it could have been Ab and Sur as well. It really could
Yeah,
have. Like he could have got the ring in 91 or 92. Like we
yeah,
don't
because
know.
all the interviews in the host
They were
said
under
is
the
that
protection of the Green Lantern
correct that
for 10
they
years.
knew as of '86 that
No,
Green
they didn't
Lantern
do.
was
They're
well,
saying they were under protection of a Green Lantern, and then he made himself known in '96.
yes, but
Yeah,
what I'm saying is that they in '96 they knew that
yeah,
a Green Lantern was protecting them, but for the last 10 years is when Hal has told them that a Green Lantern was
yeah.
protecting the Earth. So it doesn't. They don't know if it was Hal, if it was Abin Sur. We don't know.
And
I should say it
no,
could be either one.
and again, but there's a lot of positive buzz for this. A lot of positive the reviews, not like full blown. There are some I haven't gotten into them. So yeah, it looks good. It looks sound like it's going to be strong. There are two. Well, there's a point there that I from an interview that Damien Lindelof confirms that if season one goes really well, there is going to be a season two. They've already got a writers' room together.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think Lindelof is working on another project and won't be there for it irregardless. But he said if it's successful, they will have a second season. There's more stuff to explore, so you might get more spacey as it goes along.
I mean, we've already heard rumors that they're kind of trying to fast track a season two, but again, those are just rumors. So
And we'll see here. But yeah, this is fun, Joe, and I can't wait for Sunday now. Like
right.
well, Monday morning for me because I'm pretty sure I'll be asleep by the time it comes out. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. So we'll take our first ad break of the evening. Listen for an ad support network. We're going to ads are the volume. I'm going to give you a quick 3 count to adjust your volume, and we'll be right back in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Okay, Joe, we got 2 episodes of My Adventures with Superman to talk about here today. Once I find my mouse key that disappears sometimes. And the first one is It's Raining Superman. And then the second one is Ve Victus. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I believe so.
And I watched that one literally like 20, 30 minutes ago, like 20 minutes before we started. So it's very fresh in my mind. Uh,
Good.
and yeah, things are picking up here. I think there's only one episode left called The Return.
I believe so. Yeah, because this
So,
is
and there's no confirmation of another season. They knew that going into this. That's why I'm very curious as to how this will end. Will they
right.
wrap it up in Tawny Bow, or will they? Because they've already mentioned that they're hoping to get another season. So, will they wrap it up in a neat little bow, or will they keep going
I
or
will.
keep it open?
I will say I can't. I don't know which one it was. It was either this episode or the next episode. There was something in it in one of them that definitely felt very finale ish.
Yeah,
So like I hope they get a fourth season. This show has been
I'm keep
awesome,
going. Oh,
but
same.
I mean, who knows?
We might get Joe. They're not afraid with animation, at least. So yeah, we get John return and Laura the return with him as well. And yeah, they're confused. They didn't know they had a daughter, and this is basically John changed the future
Mm-hmm.
from what happened, and we don't know what happened. The last thing we saw with John, he was being captured by was it Eradicators or Deathstroke, one of the two, and
Deathstroke and Lex.
brought to Lex. So we don't know what happened to him after that. But again, the timeline changed completely. Uh, so yeah, he doesn't know. He's confused. Can't believe that he's been here before. And yeah, they realize that they changed the past, which I do appreciate. And I also love how Jimmy and Kara show up, and Clark butts in and interrupts their relationship like Jimmy used to do with Clark and Lois. I mean, all the time. Uh, so he brings it in right away because Superboy is not very happy, and Jimmy calls him Superboy at one point, and he snaps. Don't call me that. I'm Superman.
Yeah. Also,
Uh,
he goes by Jonathan, not John.
yeah, not Jonathan, not John, and he is not the happy-go-lucky John that showed up.
Right.
And yeah, he's a lot more broody and angry, we'll say. And Clark goes to try to connect with him outside, and he doesn't even want to speak to him. He doesn't have anything to do with him. He's like, "You're dead in the future," and Clark's like, "I died again? Like what the hell?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I had to learn how to use powers all by myself and protect Earth all by myself." And he
Which
doesn't want
sucks
to
for
have anything to
Kara
do
because she overhears this and
with it.
she
Yeah.
knows that last time she actually trained John. So now she's wondering what happened to her, you know?
And I don't think you need to guess, Kara. You die too.
Well,
Pretty sure.
I mean,
Uh,
does she die or did she get
no, I
taken over
meant
by
like,
Brainiac?
oh yeah, I didn't even think about that, Joe. That could be a possibility. Although I think they would be more scared of her,
Right.
especially in the next episode if that was the case. So yeah, Laura reveals to Lois that Lois is the one that sent them uh, to there to kill Lex.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that kind of steps things up. Laura takes off to kill Lex on her own, and
Yeah.
shows up at LexCorp while Lex is there and shit's going off the rails for him. He ignored Deathstroke first, and then eventually Waller comes in and wants to take over. she's running the whole show now, and Lex is trying to show Waller like what's being done. He's like, Slade, you know what we're doing, and Slade sides with Waller now. So he is Team Waller, while Lex is basically in shit. He lets Waller come inspect the whole place, uh, and yeah, it doesn't work out too well. And at the same time, Laura shows up and he unleashes the beast there, the Eradicator that he was making, and we get one of the most badass fights that I can remember. Rivals the other fight we got this season with the Cyborg Superman. Like this was crazy, Joe.
This
Like
was an
three
awesome fight.
Kryptonians versus this giant Eradicator, and yeah, I loved every second of this. Props to the animators for the way they animated this too. It was awesome. It was very
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z esque, in my opinion. What do you think about this whole thing, Joe? How it struck out with Deathstroke siding with Waller, and uh, then the whole fight because like Supergirl really takes a pounding in this.
Yeah. Deathstroke was really. I mean, he's an opportunist. He is with Lex because Lex was, you know, paying him the money. Well, I was gonna say
PlayStation for
PlayStation,
me.
but I'm definitely a PlayStation guy. But they both
I
suck right now
was, yeah,
because
yeah.
you
They're
know
not doing physical, so I'm
exactly.
not very
So
happy
screw them
with them.
both.
But history wise, it was PlayStation
Yeah.
8.
Um. Yeah. So Deathstroke was with Lex, obviously, but now he's seeing that Lex is kind of becoming unhinged. So he's abandoning ship, and
Yeah,
Waller is going to be the one who can straighten him out.
yeah.
So he's turning to Waller because Waller is the right choice.
And he's worked for Waller before too.
Right.
Yeah, so he knows her a bit well. So
Exactly. So her coming in to try and right the ship makes sense. But then obviously with Lara coming in and Lex letting loose the Eradicator before it's even completed just kind of ruins everything. The fight with the Eradicator and Lara and Jonathan was awesome. Them down in the sewers and
that
everything
was
was really
scary. I love
cool.
the scary element to it.
Yeah.
Like it did, and I love how Kara goes crazy, like picks him up and brings him all the way up, and then sends him all the way back
Yeah,
down.
she's stay away from my family. This is she goes full and out. I really thought that she died.
Yeah,
I
same.
really thought she sacrificed herself there at the end of the episode. Spoiler alert for the next episode, she did not die.
No, and she likes
Um,
hot dogs.
she loves hot dogs.
Yeah,
But no, like I really thought that's how they were going to end it. I was very,
I was
very
shocked too.
upset. I think at Clark with the way he handled that because his cousin just quote unquote died.
Yeah,
And he's like, I have a way to get my powers back. I'm going to go to the fortress. I'm going to leave my family to go to the fortress to get my powers back. That's the only thing I can do right now. I understand he can't do anything right now,
would have made
but
more
like,
sense, Joe, if you took her with her to get her to
right,
heal. Like that would have made more
right.
sense. But and then she recovers pretty quickly.
She,
Uh, all things
which
considered.
is fine because obviously Waller had something to help her. But like, why did he not take her? I get it. You got Bizarro there who helped get Clark to the Fortress of Solitude, but it's just like, what are you doing? Why did you not? Why did you literally just leave your entire family and do nothing? Like that's the
Now,
only that's my gripe. I understand next episode we get why that had to happen, but like it just didn't make sense at the time, you know?
also props to the one thing that was annoying to me because that Eradicator seemed like a monster the entire time
Oh,
that had
dude.
no, and then he somehow like after while he's getting his arms knocked off from John, he somehow like as the time device knows what it is and takes it. That is a
Because he
little
saw it on because while he was in the
in the
vial,
thing. Yeah, Lex show
Lex showed it
you're
to
right. His
either
version,
Waller
his version. Waller,
or
it was Waller.
okay, yeah. And
Yeah,
so he clocked it and he's like, "Huh, I recognize that thing." So yeah,
yeah.
that's how he
Okay, that
recognized it.
makes more sense. That makes more sense. I do remember that part in the episode too. So, yeah, Clark goes to Fortress, like Joe says, leaves Supergirl there that looks like she's dead. But now he's like Superman's the only one that can save the world. And just as they get into the fortress, Bizarro turn red and then punches Clark in the back of the
Mm-hmm.
head. Uh, which I'm not I'm shocked that it didn't kill him. I really
Kind of,
enjoyed
yeah.
that episode though, Joe, and
No, it
same
was a
thing
good
with the next
episode.
one.
Man, it was a really good episode.
These two episodes were really good, and yeah, the next one, Ve Victus, uh, essentially they gotta get ready. Well, we'll go to the fortress part first. Clark is surrounded by what we think is Brainiac, uh, from what we saw previous season, but it's not. It's just the AI, uncorrupted AI from back in the Kryptonian days, before Brainiac, like, went off on his own.
Yeah,
Is
the
basically the other
Clue
side of
and
it.
the Cluans and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so they basically give Clark a challenge, and if he can prove himself, he can get his powers back. And he agrees and gets sent to a like wasteland essentially, and
Basically, an uncorrupted Krypton.
old Krypton, yeah, like before their technological advancements and stuff. And says if Clark can survive the environment and defeat the alien species that invaded Krypton, he can regain his powers. Uh, so he goes across the wasteland, essentially, because we'll talk about this all first,
Mm-hmm.
get this out of the way, uh, and comes across the aliens that just like land on the ship, and they attack Clark immediately, and he has a fight with them, and he doesn't want to kill him. He has this like programming, the same one that went off with Bizarro, that his eyes goes red, but he fights against it, and eventually falls off a cliff. And I want to get more information on that, Joe, but I don't know how much time like they'll have in the final episode to like devote to why their eyes change red, blue. Like I hope they keep going just so we know why that is,
Honestly,
in this show anyway.
I think it's just like the AI programming corrupting him. I use the air quotes corrupting. I think because he's in the program that the AI put
What?
him in. I think it's just him pushing him to play out the story.
Okay,
I could be wrong. I don't know because that doesn't explain the
Bizarro.
blue the eyes that he had a couple episodes back. Yeah, it also does. I mean, maybe the Bizarro is just the cells, so it's the same effects. I don't know, but I do agree with you. I hope they do explain that. I doubt they will.
Yeah, I got my doubts as well that they will, but I do love this too because this whole test is Brainiac trying to get Clark to be a conqueror, and he literally does the exact opposite and fights his
Yep.
programming, gets like helps the person that's injured that he was fighting with, eventually gets called friend from him. The guy gets really injured from a beast that Clark eventually defeats and brings him back up, and it looks like he's gonna get into a showdown and fight with the uh, like aliens. Clark realizes that they're not invaders and they were here first.
The
And
refugees.
yes, and Brainiac essentially tells him like, kill them now, you can get your powers back, and he refuses. And they're going to shoot him, but the guy he helped save speaks up, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Clark gets out of the program. Brainiac's not too happy that Clark did that stuff, and he's going to kill him. But Bizarro snaps and puts his fist through him, and that's the last thing we see of that side of things.
Yeah. So will he get his powers back? We'll
Yeah,
find out next episode. I
definitely.
mean, yes, he will, but
Yeah.
will.
And save the day just in the nick of time.
That's what happens.
Hopefully, doesn't die a second time.
Mm, we'll see.
So yeah, and then at the same time, all this went on. Waller wants to recruit Jonathan and Laura to her team to defend when this guy comes back, and Lois is like, "Yeah, they're not soldiers, and you're not sending them into battle like that." And Waller's like, uh, essentially, like, do it, like, get them sent to General Lane. And Lois like, no, 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 no. And Supergirl gets medical attention, like Joe said, and she's able to be revived really quickly, like really, really, really quickly. But before she can be revived, Jonathan gets mad and flies away.
Mm-hmm.
And
Basically,
broods for a
because
bit.
he is how was it? Like everybody's relying on him, but he's also to the point where every choice he makes is like the wrong choice.
Yeah,
So he
he's
is
Big
he
shoes to
feels like
fill
he's
too.
big shoes. He feels like he's failing, and it's just he's being a problem. He
Also, all the
thinks
stories he's heard of Superman, he never does it wrong. He never fails, and
right.
that'll come back in a little bit. But uh, what do you call it? Uh, Kara wakes up, eats hot dogs, happy that Jimmy is there. She has the like bashful cheeks.
Well,
So
it yeah, because Jimmy never left her side, and he's like, I want to stay with like. Is basically they he finally realizes at her deathbed, literally, that he wants to be with her.
and just before that, Lois has a little heart to heart with Lara and tells her uh, like the exact same speech and tries to give her the compass that her she does and she did in the future before they send him off on this mission. So that kind of bonds them and they're best kind after that. There's no
Yeah,
issues between them anymore. It's okay. We had the same compass. Uh,
yeah,
but yeah, I did like that. And so Kara goes to speak to Jonathan and convinces him to come back. She tells him that Superman wasn't perfect. It's just they love him because he kept trying, regardless of what happened, which I appreciate. And he goes to basically be very tough to Lois, and Lois didn't even care. She just gives him a hug and is happy that
yep.
he's back. And I do like that. And what a crew Waller has assembled
Dude,
here.
I forgot half of these people.
Same. Livewire, Heat Wave, forgot about them. John Henry Irons is there as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
literally anybody who's been on the show, any hero, any villain, just like, all right. And that this is why I think this is what it was that felt very finale, like series
yeah,
finale esque. Like they're
yes.
bringing back everybody.
And John Henry Irons makes weapons for Lara and John.
No,
Uh,
that sword. Oh, that sword looks amazing.
and uh, Lex is going to run away in the nighttime, but Jimmy meets him there and essentially tells him like, "You got to start like fixing your own problems. All these aliens that you're scared of are will clean up your mistakes. Are you a hero or are you a villain? Like, what are you going to be?" So, and we don't see Lex anymore, so we're not sure if he's dead or not. I don't think I remember seeing him.
No, he comes back. He stays.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
he like Waller is looking for him, and Jimmy's like, "Well, I don't know." He's like, "Well, I'm here. I'm right here." He turns around, and he's right there
okay.
because he actually decided to stay.
Tuesday, which is
Yeah,
nice. And yeah, the Eradicator shows up and starts gonna start attacking. Jonathan slices him in half immediately, but that is nothing. And he comes back together, and then another one of the Eradicators, like the
at least
one
I
that
think he did. You know, I may be mistaken. I could be wrong.
I
I
don't. I
thought
think
he did.
he makes a clone of himself. Is
Oh, I
what
was
he
talking about
does.
Lex. Sorry, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No, the Eradicator makes a clone of himself that
Yeah,
matched, and the clone of himself is what he used to be like, but when he left in the portal, like he's completely different now that he came back. He's more, seems like more evolved than he was when he left. Like he was that same monster that he creates when he left. So I did appreciate that, and uh, he's there to destroy everyone, and like there won't be any need of a Superman. So I'm really interested to see how this is gonna shake out this final episode. This airs
Sunday
tomorrow night. Tomorrow night on Toonami, and then Sunday on HBO
HBO.
Max.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I'll be looking forward to the finale, and we'll talk about that next week, along with an episode of Lanterns Show. Fun times ahead. So we'll take our final ad break of the evening, and then we'll jump back to talk about a couple of little news topics. Listeners support ad support network. We don't pick the ads or volume. I'm going to do a quick 3 count to adjust your volume, and we'll be right back in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Okay, Joe. Just got a couple things here, very small, on the docket. Unfortunately, there is no more Waller or Paradise Lost going to happen at HBO. HBO turned them
yeah.
down. It's not that they're not going to happen maybe on HBO Max, but right now, HBO is putting Paradise Lost and Waller in the back seat. And maybe it might see the light of day in the future, but not on HBO.
I would
And
say I'm shocked, but we haven't heard any movement on that for months. So yeah,
and this also apparently HBO turned down a Poison Ivy and a Catwoman show from Reeves. side of things is a rumor as well. So they don't want to be too superhero heavy, is the word.
That one does shock me,
That
honestly.
does
But
shock me a little bit too, but that could be rumor as well. That's a rumor that I've seen. It hasn't been confirmed like this has. Uh, it's basically on HBO sides.
yeah,
So yeah, they're not digging that. We'll see. Maybe Lanterns might change their mind a little bit, but
I
uh,
maybe.
I know I know that like they don't have. I can't believe they don't have any confidence in DVC shows after Penguin and with the buzz of Lanterns, but I guess they don't want to fall into the CW trap where you end up being like totally superheroes every night.
And that yeah, but if you just stick to like a seasonal thing,
Yeah, I know, but you don't want to have like
but
four, like two, like one, and then another one, and then another one.
well, yeah, that's the thing. The problem is most of the time HBO their new shows almost
Always Sunday.
always drops on Sunday.
Yeah,
So
so like
yeah,
you don't want like to go from this to uh Catwoman show to Paradise Lost
right.
to well, like you want to have
To
something in
Waller to
between.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
you want to have
you still have
you need your generic
Game of
audience.
Thrones. You still
Yeah,
have uh, I mean they have HBO has such a plethora of content, new
you so
shows,
Euphoria just
Euphoria,
ended.
yeah,
Yeah,
stuff like that. So yeah, I get it, I understand it, but it also kind of feels I don't know like it just sucks, you know.
at the very least, that's why I miss DC Universe because that would have been a vehicle to put some of this stuff on. I understand that, and maybe this stuff will change even more after the merger when they need more content to be pumped out to justify spending all that
But
money.
I
So
feel
maybe they will.
by that point in time it's gonna be too late. Like we're already
Maybe
I
for these projects, yes, but maybe in the future for more just DC content.
well yeah
Like,
maybe, but I already feel like everything's kind of on rocky terms right now, on rocky
well, there's a
terrain.
lot of stuff I have zero interest in as well. Like, I have no interest in a Jimmy Olsen show. Like,
Sure,
this kind of stuff drives me crazy because, like, you got Flash and Martian Manhunter and Wonder Woman and stuff. Let's do Paradise Lost, which is nothing to involve Wonder Woman at all.
right. That I mean that one
Way
would have
back.
been great.
But
Like
you don't, for me and you, yes, but you need to try to build this brand up. You don't need to be doing, let's do something from before Wonder Woman existed. Like, let's do something with a new Wonder Woman. That would create buzz. That would,
right,
like, that's stuff that I don't understand. Like, when you're just young in the universe, like, you literally had the blueprint there of a Justice League, the animated series, first three episodes, on how to like assemble your crew without having to do 15 individual because you only saw Batman and Flash and a completely different version of Green Lantern, different version of Flash as well on Superman show. But that's it. You didn't see Wonder Woman, you didn't see Hot Girl, you didn't see Martian Manhunter, and you brought all these people in, and it was in three episodes, and you managed to do it, and then just go on and tell stories. So I just don't understand how you like you don't use these big characters. Batman, I could even understand the Batman stuff with Matt Reeves stuff there, but the rest of the crew, like, what are we doing here? Can we have a Martian Manhunter show up? Can we have a maybe a JSA, like this kind of stuff? I don't know. It just feels like he's. I know he's good at making B and tier characters elevate them, but like maybe use some of the tier characters first. I don't know.
but the
That's why I'm
problem is
really excited
they
for
want to do
this.
the A tier in the movies, but
Yeah,
the movies aren't making you the money.
and no offense to Supergirl, I love like Supergirl's character. She's not an
We
A
enjoyed
tier
those
character.
movies,
She's not an A
right?
tier character.
No,
So like
you drop Supergirl in like your I'm not gonna say your double digits,
10th,
but like in your
15th, yeah,
fifth, sixth, seventh movie,
even
not
10th
in
or
your
15th.
second.
You like you said when we reviewed the movie, you could have did a movie first where she was on Earth, and then
Right.
this could have been the second movie. So, like this, I just don't understand sometimes where if you want to reboot a universe and you don't have positive buzz, and like you don't have to call the movie Justice League, but you could have just even called it Secret Origins or something like that.
I don't know.
And
Yeah, no,
yeah, just
the choices that are being made is definitely questionable, and I just I don't. I think I put it in our chat. I just really question the Gunn and Safran's contract going forward.
oh, I'm more, like this is what I'm excited about. So Lanterns, I'm ready for it. Like I need this. I need to love it. I think I will from everything I've read, and I'll in for this, Joe. So This frustrates me, but Green Lantern is a character that I think is in the tier of DC characters. So uh, you risk they don't even run the risk what Iron Man did because they have one ring. So I understand a little bit more why they did one ring because you kind of take diluting what makes it special. Like obviously there's more Green Lanterns, but in this show this is the only two Green Lanterns that we'll see. I think from what I heard, you'll
Uh,
get some references to the other ones, but
I
you
thought
won't.
Guy showed up for like a minute,
Okay, yeah, in the future. Okay, yeah, you're right. So
like
we
not very
might
long,
see
but he does show up for like a little bit.
because I do like keeping the one ring to make it a bit special, like the power and the whole getting it from. So I hope God doesn't show up until later on down the line when we
Oh,
find
so
out that Hal's passed away.
does that mean that Guy's ring is actually John and Hal's ring? Is that
No,
what
I
we're
think it. No,
saying?
I think they had their. No, right now it's just a one between the
But
two of them. But I think when you get to 2020, in between the time that Hal passes the ring to John, Guy gets a ring too.
that's what I'm saying
So
because that scene we saw was 2016.
yeah,
Does the show take place in 2016 or does the show take place in 2026?
I think it takes place in three different timelines.
It was three. I thought it was two. Okay,
Maybe it's two.
but
But
that's what I'm
even
saying.
that,
So like
like you said, so he
if the
could
show's in
God
20
could have got it
if
in
the show's in
2016.
2016 and then the movie Superman takes place in 2026, does John's ring get past the guy?
No, John's still living because he's going to be in the. No, I don't think so. I think there's multiple rings
Look,
at that point.
I'm just asking questions, man.
I think we'll get explanations of this whole recruit at
I hope
this movie.
so.
I've never
Jesus
heard of that
Christ.
before, like ever. To have a Green Lantern having somebody, I heard of them.
Really, again,
If you got another ring, like you got to recruit, like has Sinestro like train Hal. Like I
right.
understand that, but this is I don't know why they didn't give John a ring as well. That's what I'm confused about, and I
Well,
hope we
because
get an
so
explanation.
nothing. The thing is, normally it's for the Green Lanterns. It's you've got your main Green Lantern, and then you would have a secondary, a backup.
Mhm.
So there would be two rings at
Yes.
most in
Yeah.
one sector.
Yeah.
That's what the way it's supposed to be.
That's okay.
For
I'm
whatever reason, sector 2613 or 2316, whatever the heck sector this is, um, has like eight, and they all have their own rings. I mean, it's like six, but still, you know what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
there's so many, and they're all on Earth for whatever reason. Like they all have their own rings, and that's they're not supposed to have that many. It should only be two at most. So I like that they're going to these guys are sharing a ring. So it's kind of dipping back into that. Hey, we're going back to there's only supposed to be one Green Lantern for one sector. So and maybe they're gonna dive into that. Maybe they're gonna touch on that in the
I
show.
think we'll get an explanation as to why at some point as to why he's the recruit and doesn't have a ring of his own. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. And to speak about Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, he's also been cast in the Mister Miracle series, so he's going to show up in that as well. He's literally
Which
just 5 projects he's been in for the DCU now, I think.
that tracks because Guy Gardner and Mr. Miracle, like in the comics, they were a team. That Justice League, uh,
JSA,
no JLA,
JLA. Sorry, yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
that
My
Justice
bad.
League in the '90s, Mr. Miracle was on the same team with Guy, so like they
I've seen
are
that picture
teammates. They were
floating
friends.
around of them all and like all together, all their
Yeah,
faces.
it's
Yeah.
him, Guy,
Booster Gold's
Miracle,
there, I think.
Booster,
Yeah.
Blue Beetle, Barda, Fire, Ice, Batman. Who else was there? Captain Atom, I believe, was there. Yeah, I feel like there's another one I'm missing. Uh, Maxwell Lord was like the team leader. So yeah, like that one was I got it over there in my shelf. But yeah, it was a good run for a while.
So they're in. So I there's not much here about what he's gonna do and stuff. Uh,
Rocket Red, that was the other one. Sorry, it was in my head. I
gotta
had to
get
get
it
it
out.
out.
Gotta get it out. So yeah, he will be in there. His Green Lantern. So he was in Peacemaker season 2, Superman, this Lanterns, and Man of Tomorrow. So he's been in every thing except
Yeah,
Supergirl
yeah.
and Creature Commandos.
That's wow. That's pretty amazing. It's pretty awesome for him.
So yeah, perhaps there,
Wait,
Joe. That
he's yeah, he was,
yep,
wasn't he? Yep, yep.
yep.
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
So that wraps up our night. Where next week we'll have the My Adventure with Superman season finale, possibly series finale? Question mark, and the premiere episode of Lanterns. I'm so glad after we talked about Batman Cape Crusaders season 2 that this is weekly episodes
Right.
because I can't handle watching like 5-6 episodes in one day anymore. Like especially these are like 40-50 minute episodes. Like at least Batman Cape
See,
Crusaders was 20 something minute. Like I'm
I
like,
mean,
oh thank God.
I just covered first 3 episodes of Reacher, and those are
Oh
40 episodes a piece, 40 minutes a piece, and
yeah.
there are 3 episodes. So I'm like, ugh.
That's
ugh.
like the boys when the boys came out. You're like, oh my God, no. It's
So I mean,
three.
same with Invincible. Like,
I
I
legitimately
hate
got
that Amazon
happy
does that.
when I saw 20 something minutes in the minute of the episodes for the first episode of Batman Cape Crusader. I was like, oh thank goodness this is short. I forgot. I was like, I'm in for 40-minute episodes. Okay. But yeah, we'll be back next week to talk about a pilot a pilot and a possible
Finale.
series
Yeah.
finale. We'll be back next week, listeners. Until then, see you everyone.
Bye, y'all.